but we have to start thinking about the greater good and building communities and putting people back together, faith, all of these things that I think are just lacking in our capacity to be able to really look at each other as whole human beings versus, pointing fingers and calling each other animals and terrible and this and that. And I'm just tired of calling people names, quite frankly. I'd rather just.
Too, and I think you bring up a very interesting point, and we did discuss this, that considering the last election has really set things as such a blaze. It looks like not only for America, but Canada and the rest of the world, we're looking to find a centerpiece, a grounding.
Yes.
So, and I think I find it fascinating that in some of the conversations I've had of late, there is this somewhat of a lost feeling, and Makersbar is hoping with leadership like yourself that we can find communication to bring us back to that center. Now, speaking about coming back to that center, an issue that you feel right off the bat, and I have a couple of different issues I'm curious to hear your perspective on, but an issue right off the bat that you feel is one of those issues that not only for Canada, but that you see over here as well. What's an issue you feel can bring us all to that center ground where we can communicate about it effectively?
Well, just thinking about like what's been being said about, taking Canada on as the 51st state or something like that. Like what a waste of precious time to be able to talk versus like, I mean, you got to watch out for those who seek to divide us, right? Because, and that's not just, I'm not just talking about President Trump. It's happened consistently throughout various groups, various parties. Nobody is immune to this particular thing. He's just more vocal about it than most, but it creates more gaps and it creates, we become weaker, right? In that position. And so, divided leadership is like, it's a distraction and it pits neighbor against neighbor. And I would have to say that for me, that's probably one of the most pressing issues right now because real issues go unaddressed, right? And that's not the Canadian way. Like we respect inclusion and fairness and we partner and it's guided us through difficult times. And, we're known around the world for our compassion and our quiet strength. We bring people together and that spirit in Alberta, and I would say in Canada, runs really deep. We show up for each other. We help each other through tough times, despite which party we run for. Like I can tell you, I have friends across the aisle everywhere. And, and I've always believed that the good parts of us believe in building people up and not tearing them down. And I mean, the other issue that comes along with that is the question I would ask you, Seth, is do you want to live in a peaceful society? One where your children feel safe and your neighbors feel heard and you feel valued. And I mean, that's what I fight for every single day.